All right, everyone. A very warm welcome from everyone at Google. Good afternoon to everyone who's watching from India, and good evening, good morning to people who are watching from other parts of the world. Today, we have a really, really special guest with us on Talks at Google. This is someone who is actually one of India's most preeminent social entrepreneurs, someone who has actually struck a huge blow for the conversation around menstrual health among women, especially in rural India, and he's made a huge amount of impact there. He's someone who's actually also contributed in a big way to the livelihoods of women in rural India. He's been named by Time magazine as one of the 100 most influential people of all time, and his impact really goes beyond his own state or where he was born to large parts of India and slowly across the world as well. So we're very, very happy to have with us today, Mr. Arunachalam Muruganantham. Here he is. Very warm welcome to everyone at Google, sir.
Thank you very much for everyone. Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. And we would love to hear about your story and uncover some aspects of your success. So, sir, let's start actually from the early stages of your life. So, most of the people on the call here today are people who have had the privilege of getting a very structured education by going to school, college, studying what they wanted to excel in, and then getting to work in a certain field. However, your journey has been very different because your family was economically disadvantaged. You did not have the opportunity to go to school. So I just want to understand from you, can you talk to us about those early years and how you educated yourself and how by taking on different kinds of jobs and experiences, you taught yourself and to grow and to learn a lot more?
So I said so many talks. I'm a son of a handloom weaver. Then my father died in a road accident. Then my mother took the responsibility of taking care of my family. But she suddenly, from a housewife, she became a caretaker of the family. She don't know what to do. So she joined in a nearby farm for the wages of 15 rupees per day, I think. So out of it, she is trying to make me as a police officer. And I'm having two sisters, one sister to a lawyer, other sister to doctor. So why? Because my mother used to see a lot of movies in during talkies. It's a thatched roof theater in villages. I don't know how many people Google you saw that such type of theaters. So where the heroines will do the magics on the screen. So what my mom is trying, what the heroines, Hema Malini's and Vaidanji's, what they are doing in the screen, she want to make it as a practical life. So being a small boy, I'm studying around 7th standard. Actually, it's only possible by Hema Malini's and Vaidanji's on screen, not by my mother. That's why one day I decided and I took an important decision under the neem tree. So Buddha different tree he sat down once while he getting in a some insight. But I, accompanied by a shepherd boy, I sit under the neem tree. Then I decide from tomorrow I'm not going to school. That is a very important day in my life. So that's what many times, after this, Akalars and all, even that Western magazines, local magazines, they will ask, what is the important turning point in your life after inventing the machine or after getting married with the Santi or after getting that award from president? Then I said, no. The day I took the decision, from tomorrow I'm not going to school, is the real turning point in my life. That is really true. I'm just sharing across the crowd. The moment I did school, my mom thought, so I'm become organized to this classroom something. But really, I want to help my mother. That's why I stopped going to school. I joined in a nearby workshop as a helper. Not like straight away the internship in Google coming. They're going to the data bank. They're accessing to all important department. Not like that. Even a small workshop to understand you. I'm telling intern. But a helper means they won't allow in the main area of working, welding or assembling somewhere. My first job is fetching BDs and tea for the seniors. That is my first job I took. So what I want to say is no matter the moment you are in the place, in the Google compound or particular industry, no matter what the position you are taking to enter into the campus to learn. Many people are worrying about their designation. It is a foolishness. So any cadre you can enter into. I enter as a helper to fetch tea and BDs to the seniors. In spite, I learned the techniques of welding, the engineering, the very core engineering, not only studying about washer and walls in books. Very first I can touch the wall, I can touch the arc of the building, I can adjust the voltage. So this way I become a practical engineer later. That helps me a lot. So what I did is reverse. Everyone, you studied on the books, then you come to the keyboard, you are trying to code everything. But in my life, directly I went to that, I started coding like that. So this is what happened in my life. So what I want to say, it is very importantly, I connected with nature from my day one. So that's what I born and I brought up as a out of box personality. So you cannot decide on me what Muruga will think after telling it. So if a group of person coming out from Harvard or Oxford or MIT, the thinking pattern will be almost uniform. I was there in many universities from IIM, ABCD to EFGD and IIT. The thinking pattern is uniform. If the university hatched some group, but here I hatched by the nature, no one can predict what I am going to decide, what I am thinking, what I am going to design. So, for example, to explain, I am saying, if you are an automobile engineer, you will study from the day one in your books. At any point of time, don't touch the carburetor. So don't touch, internal combustion engine. So this way, how you are going to eliminate the fuel in that, internal combustion engine, then suddenly you will switch over from internal combustion engines to you make a lot of noise on EV. It is stupidness happening. It's not like, giving up the internal combustion engines to EV is not a solution. Again, there is a pollution on acid, this, that. So if I am there, I will try to improve or eliminate that internal combustion to different engine or using the leviation or something, a sun power. So that what is the creation, not giving incremental battery is there already in the automobile. Who are you to make an EV? Even a schoolboy can do that. Innovation, something creating new is should be like a breakthrough. How a steam engine is happen, how electricity is happen, how everything, in 16th and 17th century, the innovation happen is breakthrough. Nobody ever thought of it before. That is called innovation. What is happening now is incredible. Why? Because you are away from nature. If you are connected with nature, even the people, those who are coding in Google, you need a connecting with the universal nature. Then only you can create a correct code for a well-being of human being. So that's what I would say. So my childhood is like, from nature, climbing the trees, seeing the butterfly. So everything I am questioning. I'm getting answer from the universe, not from the stupid textbooks. Even today, I am not reading any books. I am very well, I will interact with sayos or another people. So I want to read personalities instead of books. So this way I learned technology, knowledge from human beings, brain to brain, not paper to brain. So this is the person, what you are seeing in front of your screen. The person learned everything from brain to brain, not paper to brain. That's what I want to say.
Wonderful, sir. I think it's a wonderful insight into how learning does not have to be restricted to textbooks or through structure. It can actually come from nature as well. And coming from learning from each other and from brain to brain, I think the inspiration, as we've heard so much about, how you got the inspiration to create the machine, which can build very, very low cost sanitary pads, that inspiration also came from your spouse. So can you tell us a little bit about how you observed your spouse struggling with uh, being, remaining safe when it came to her menstrual health, and how that inspired you to come up with this innovation? Could you share a little bit about that part of your journey?
So this all happened, I said the question also relevant. So I became a school dropout, then I joined as a workshop helper, then I became a welder. So later, I started a small workshop, then I became a malik of the small workshop. The moment you are having age around 25, 26, you are having a small business on your own. What is next? Even after seeing many men, they are suffering. It is very difficult to manage. In spite knowing everything, I also did the same mistake. One day I got married. That too, it is an arranged marriage. So the moment it is an arranged marriage, there is no matter it is an arranged marriage or love marriage. Moment you are newly married, your important job is, no matter you are a president or a CEO of a company, if you are newly married guy, your important job is impressing your new partner, like something, like a Saruk or something. So impressing each other. That is maybe 30 days, 90 days. Somebody lucky guys, it will extend to 6 months, 1 year. So now it is synced to 30 days, I thought. Many people are complaining. So it is synced to weeks. So luckily I got, year time of, impressing each other. To impress my new partner, I used to give 5 rupees plastic pendant, 10 rupees glass bangles, not giving in direct. I used to gift wrap and there is a color ribbon. Then I say, close your eyes, Santi. My spouse name is Santi. So turn left, turn right. This way I'm giving a small value addition for my small gift, because I'm not a Shah Rukh Khan to give every time a diamond pendant. So this what happened. So like that, one day I saw she's carrying behind something, the purpose is to hide me. Then I thought she's playing with me. Then I ran away behind her. I saw what she's hiding is a blood-stained rag cloth. Even I don't use the cloth to anything. So it's unimaginable. While I'm talking, the scene is coming even after 25 years. Then I realized what she is carrying, because I told on my first answer, question answer, I born with the 2 sisters, younger sister. So in my adolescent period, I saw the same bloodstained cloth in the backyard of my home. It is an open toilet made of thatch, no roof, no door. I don't know how many people you can understand what I'm talking. A thatched toilet without a door or roof, where my sister used to hide the bloodstained cloth here and there in the thatched walls. After a little bit time, I'm seeing the same with my wife, and then I'm having a gloomy idea. I don't know where they're using, what is happening in their body. It is true. Then simply asking something I understood, something they are managing with the unhygiene method. Then I said, why you are adopting the unhygiene method? Please note, even I don't know the period, menstruation, this, that. Some typical name in local languages that maybe is Duram, something they will say in Tamil. That means distance. That means they will keep distance from the home, from the kitchen, from the temple. Like that, they put a catchy word, they call Duram Agadal, Duram. Duram means distance. This is a local, that's only the word I know. Menstruation, period, everything I know later. Then I asked why you are adopting this unhygiene method. There is some product, note the point, even I know the term called sanitary pad. Then she replied, I also know about that, but myself, your sister, all women at our family start using that product. We have to cut our family milk budget, she replied. Then I get shocked. What is the connection between using a product and not buying milk for family? Then I understood it's a matter of affordability. Then, on a particular day, I am having only one idea. Why not offer a sanitary pad packet as a gift to my new wife to impress? That's all. See, I don't want to lie in front of Google team, because many people, they achieved a little thing. If you ask any question, Muruga sir, why you do this? From my mother womb, I want to do something for society. My role model is Mother Teresa or Gandhi. No, I don't want to lie. On a particular day, on this afternoon, I'm seeing a rag cloth with my wife, and instantly I got an idea. I got again a sense. Why not offer a sanitary pad packet as a gift? No husband ever did for centuries, Then I got an idea, but where I can go and get the sanitary pad packet? In my village, nobody is there. I need to go to the medical shop. Even today, in 2020, if you want all the brands of the particular sanitary pad, you have to go to the drugstore. Then I took my cycle, I ride for 14 kilometers from my village. I end up in a medical store. The shopkeeper asking, what brand you want? Who knows brand and all? I just point out a packet inside the glass showcase. What the shopkeeper he did, he took the packet, he never hand over me like other products. He placed an old newspaper, he wrapped it, he looks left and right, he hand over me like a smuggled product. It really is become, why he is doing like that? Because in village, I never ask for condom. In village, suppose we want to buy condom, we always go in the night after 9 o'clock, after full dark, only in Amavasya days. Nobody seeing us. We will go to the shop, we will stand in front of the shop. If nobody in the shop, in front, we will jump into that, we will buy the condom. So like that, this guy is giving sanitary pad with wrapping and all. That makes us curious. Then I took the packet to my home. The very first time I am opening the packet, I am taking a sanitary pad, an 8-inch length, white color substance, like a bandage. So you note the point. Here I already told I am a son of a handloom weaver. That's what I'm having a connection with cotton on and all. See, I'm talking about domain knowledge. Many younger generation, they are greeting like anything. They want to be a next Bill Gates. They want to become a next Jeff Bezos. They want to own the Google, everything. Without having a domain knowledge is very, very important. You cannot hire everything. Something you want to greet, you want to achieve something. Your goal should be relevant to with your domain knowledge. So you don't think you are not an Ambani or Gates to hire anything that manage without domain knowledge like that. From the stage one, like racketing, removing the first set of booster, you need domain knowledge. So that's what I'm having cotton yarn knowledge. The object I took from the packet pad, my mind is saying 10 gram weight per pad. If the white substance inside that pad, if it is a cotton, 10-gram cotton raw material cost in 1998 is 10 paise, but I bought the pad per pad 10 rupees. That's what even illiterate, you can call me in the crude language or uneducated. In spite, I got a hunch, oh my God, these big companies are making, 10 paise raw material, they're selling for 10 rupees. As a capital, you can think how many X in between, X factor. That's what I decided. Why not to attempt to make an affordable pad for my wife? You see, everywhere I'm putting a logic. It's not like, I touch this, then a Guinea Buddha is coming, then I ask Buddha, give a palace, I give a Lamborghini car. Not like that. Everywhere there is a meaning, there is a logic, there is science, there is maths, there is engineering. That is why Muruga is speaking in Google now. So many people are thinking they want a magic wand. If they do like that, the coding should happen. So all the bugs to go remove from the software. It never happened. You have to die. Then I thought it's very simple. If anyone you can buy sanitary pad, an amount of cotton is pressed into cake sack, then wrapping with the white cloth. Then I thought it's a simple thing. The next day I went to the textile mill. In Coimbatore, we have around 432 textile mills in our city. Then I bought a cotton from the mill. Then I cut it into a rectangle. I wrapped with the viscose cloth in handcuffs and collar to make if there is a cloth. So I wrapped it. I made a similar napkin what I bought from the shop in 2 days. But now the problem is I need to check with the customer, a field test or something you say, where I need a
like it's what we would call a prototype, right? You built a prototype in 2 days.
Prototype or something, you are a cleaning test, whatever you can ask. This is the time only now I'm talking. You need a women volunteer, where you can get. In India, only Swamijis, Gurujis are surrounded by hundreds of women. This Muruganantham never got a single woman volunteer. The only available choice is my wife. Then again, I said earlier, I don't know nothing about period, menstruation, nothing. I have a gloomy idea of, in my small village, there is a goddess temple. Women used to assemble in front of goddess temple. Only few will enter, rest they will outside on every day. That's what I thought. Women are getting menstruation Friday. You see, in Google, everybody is a brilliant employee. That's what the mindset. So even I thought I'm a clever boy. I decide, you see, women are assembled in front of Friday. Muruga is find out, every woman are getting menstruation Friday. That's what I selected Good Friday to hand over my napkin which I made to my wife. On fine Friday afternoon, I'm handovering. As usual, close your eyes, Shanti. In a gift wrap, I packed 2 napkins what I made. The moment Shanti opened her eyes, she shocked, oh my God, you are entering into this research now. Then I said, like giving a chocolate, eat it and give the feedback like that. Use it and give the feedback. She laughed. Then I said, no, it is not possible. You have to wait some time. Then I said, today is Friday. Oh my God, it is not happening every Friday. You have to wait for a month. Then only I understand it is happening once in a month in a woman's body. not feel, shy, or I never feel bad to tell inside in front of people. Why? Because many boy, they born as a boy, then they are becoming man, then they are becoming father, then they are becoming grandfather, great grandfather, then they are dying without knowing what is happening in the partner's body. I luckily came to know everything in my early marriage days. Then I forgot about the two napkin what I made and hand over to my wife. Then 3 weeks gone, as usual, the moment you entering into Google campus, you will forget everything. That's what, job is always like a meditation. So people, those who are working from home, now you realize what the beautiful is the campus and going and working there in Google campus. Now only everyone know the value of the campus after working from home for months. Now every person definitely you will understand what is a beautiful the Google campus have. Many people are thinking, no, I'm going and stressing. Now work from home, you work without stress. You will 100% will say no. That is a campus. I was there in Bangalore Google campus. I love. Somebody told Muruga, there is a person, he never left the campus for a year. Somebody is inside the campus for a year. That's I said it's possible. If I am getting a chance, I will be inside the factory for even the whole life somewhere. Then after 3 weeks, I think I forgot what a napkin gave to my wife. Then on a particular day, I'm getting a feedback my napkin. No, Santi is giving a feedback. It is a very bad, worst. It is very nasty. What napkin you gave it to me? I'm going back to my rack cloth using method. So it is please, any customer is giving a cutthroat, open, useless, some type of feedback to you, please give a full value to him. He is giving a, insight of your experience and work. If they're dodging, no, I don't want to say it is bad. It's okay. You find the efforts, they are making you more lazy. Somebody is coming, what, man, Gautam, you did, it is useless. You give value to the guy. They're kindling your knowledge. They're giving something like that. My wife said, it is very nasty going back. That makes me, to think, I thought it is very easy. Taking a cotton of napkin and making it a rectangle, it's finished napkin. Well, then I realized something, it's serious thing I entered. It's not like something putting some triangles inside. Coding is totally different. Then the real research started. I am trying with different milk cotton, making napkins, hand over to Santi, waiting for a month period. It's a time-taking process. I need more women volunteer. Then I catched my younger sisters. You know what the topic I'm talking today? The moment I got a request from Google, I said, please, who I am. I will talk about menstruation. So Google is totally different. You're sending a balloon. You're trying to make the whole world into the Wi-Fi zone. I'm talking about something, a small area like menstruation, something is, no, you can't. Then, the topic which I'm talking is never talk for centuries. It's the biggest taboo topic in the, in the world or universe. Even in Mars, don't take it now only in India. Even developed nations like America, German, Japan, everywhere it is a taboo subject. So such a subject unknowingly I took. I'm trying to make this, I'm trying to talk this topic ever talked by a man to a woman. Even being a sister and wife, they are getting frustrated. They want me, you are going down to do this in the family, then we will tell to your mother. Then my mother knows me, it's become a bigger problem. That's what they thought I dropped the research. Because I never talked about that with the wife or such after they're telling me. But I don't want to drop the research because it's become an ego problem for me because I'm working with iron. Somebody, in Google, they will work for a big project with bigger company with $1 billion. Then they work for a medium-sized company. There's a big challenge. Then they will think, even I worked for that company, Rockefeller company, this. No, not like that. See, even I'm a welder, I'm a mechanic, I'm dealing with iron and rods, big thing. A cotton matter makes me fail. There is a chance. You have to admit yourself. That's what it's become ego. I'm working with iron, a simple cotton matter making me fail. That's what I'm trying. Only problem, I need a women volunteer. Then I got a hunch. If you go with the ordinary women or girls, maybe they will shy, they will get in this station. Why not try with the medical college girls? Not because of beauties or angels. They are future doctors. Maybe they will talk openly. That's why From my workshop, it is 46 kilometers away, that medical college. Somehow I try to get some women volunteer and trying to give my napkin and trying to get the feedback. The same what is happening with my family, with my wife and uneducated sister, the same thing
Right.
happening with the first year, second year, future doctor girls too. That's why I decide one day, hereafter I'm not going to give the code to the bank or something. I'm trying to do my own like that. I am not going to try with women or something. Why not try napkin myself? It became history. The first man wore sanitary pad. If you type on Google, so I am very well connected with Google. You know, every day there are thousands of people they are searching. The moment I put ARU, it will automatically come Arunachalam Muruganantham, Arunachalam Muruganantham net worth. Arunachalam is Bill Gates. You know, I don't know why people are searching like that. People are interested to know my net worth. You know, then there is a Padman movie. There is a some. I will come later. Maybe somebody last question. Now the girls, now I'm trying to use sanitary pad myself. I can wear a sanitary pad, but where can I go for uterus? That's what I made an artificial uterus in a rubber bladder. I filled unable blood in it. I tied on my hip. There is a tube connection from the bladder to the napkin which I'm wearing. While I'm walking and cycling, I made a small press. A dosage of blood will go there. So the whole story never happened in Las Vegas or in Los Angeles. It is happening in a Papanaki, an Orthodox village in down south of Tamil Nadu. That's what there is a biggest problem for me because there is a blood stain on my clothes. Anyone come near the foul smell of the goat blood. But after using that for 2-3 weeks, I feel it is unnatural. But out of it, I understand. Maybe few girls, maybe they're listening this. After using 3 weeks, the wet napkins on my underwear, I understood one secret. The strongest creature created by God, not a lion, not a tiger, not an elephant, the women. Any men, you are hearing what I'm saying, having any doubt, use wet sanitary pad in your underwear. Send us your feedback to muruganantham_yahoo.com. Even today, I'm getting a feedback from, I'm Dennis from Denmark. Guru, I got a heavier cold on 4th day after using the wet napkin in my underwear. I've got a severe cold. Because women anatomy is stronger than men. Luckily, they forget we are dominating the world. But even after using napkin myself, I feel it is unnatural. But from the day one of the research, months going, years going, why? Because the domain I entered for research, it is meant for multinational companies from Europe and US. If I can say Procter & Gamble, like Johnson & Johnson. So this is the people they will doing the product, their domain. The school dropout and uneducated is entering into the domain, is trying to crack this. Because it's a Da Vinci code. No one knows outside what's the material they are using, how they are using, what's the glue. It is the Da Vinci code. From the Second World War, it is the field is dominated or monopolized by only Trans Corporation with multi-billion dollar. So that's why from day one, even years are going, I'm struggling with understand the raw material. I tried with all cotton available in the world, but I'm not getting a correct feedback from the girls. It is perfect because I am the world first online company delivering on their doorstep sanitary pad 27 years ago before Jeff Bezos. That's what even the napkin is good or not, they are using it. But I know, sometimes you're getting feedback from the customer. Even they are saying yes, good. There is an incomfort on their good, on their okay.
Yes.
You will find, you will ask, sir, anything you tell. No, the only one time that under time I'm paying, some is saying 404 something. You can dig it. Because few customers, they will feel the decency. Even though they're feeling decency, you have to catch, they are not 100% satisfied. So this way I got the girls are not satisfied. Otherwise I can feel because the girls are saying good. But on the good I found some not good. Being a beautiful executive of Google, even the customer says good. If you are a real good, knowledgeable person, you need not good. You find a not good sound inside the good. That's what I have found. I'm going on struggling to perfect my product. Luckily, I tried. Even I don't know the term called co-creating the product. Now I'm lecturing even in Harvard and Oxford about co-creation. But without knowing the co-creation, because I told I'm a natural guy. whatever I did from day one, it is a co-creation. Even this body is co-creation. Everything is co-creation. Don't say I did it. I did it. Don't use vulgar I. Even nobody around me, I said we. So who are actually, you mentioned we. Somebody says he and he. Even I so yes, he, everything. I really, I ashamed of using I did, I thought, I decided like that.
Sure. Sir, I want to ask you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically, you talk about, you spoke about stigma, which is that in India, even when it comes to talking about with family members about something so important as menstrual health, people tend to feel a little hesitant, etc. And definitely at a larger society level, people feel very hesitant. I just want to understand that, when you were facing stigma and when people were criticizing you for, how can you, being a man, wear a sanitary napkin, etc. What was your approach to it? Was your approach that forget it, I'm going to ignore it, I don't care what other people say? Or did you say that no, I will educate them as to why this is important and why there is a need to have a conversation about it? What was your approach and your thinking when it came to tackling the stigma?
It's very difficult because, first of all, something you're trying to do good, even in your small campus,
Hmm.
nobody ever attempt. They'll think, why this guy is trying to do good thing? What is something, a vested interest in it? To just
Correct.
know, maybe he's a psycho to talk about a personal thing with a girl or woman. That's what the world, something you come forward to create a new or a breakthrough or out of box. You are the first, you're trying. Then you have to face all the heat and everything because no one will be paid the red carpet. So that too, it is a taboo subject. Now, first they will ask why he is coming forward. Who is he to talk with my daughter? Or no one will allow. Even the girl itself, they won't. It is very, very difficult. Even today, many people are thinking I became a celebrity, is become a cakewalk. Not like that. Even one area in Google, webinars I'm talking. Next day I'm going to the deep packet of village in India. It's day one for me. It's a plus point also for me. That's what I told with Paul Polman. I met CEO of that Unilever in London. Then we hug each other. I said, see, Paulman, where I'm working, you are coming there. No one, you are a Paul Paulman, our company, your PNG. There's a beautiful area. No one know who is Muruga, no one know who is PNG or Paulman. There's a beautiful arena for both to fight each other.
Correct.
Not on this area. So like that, it is a day one for us. It is good. Then I come to the point. I supplied that napkin. Then I tried sanitary pad myself. Even though I'm not convinced, then one day I decide why not collect the used napkin from the girls to find practically what is happened to my napkin and company napkin. See the practical. Sometimes your learnings, your experience is not working. It is continuously you are struggling. Go practical. Then the practical God will show everything. So don't go on dig on a paper, something. Go practical. So this is what I tried to collect a used napkin, but who will give? 24 years ago, even the medical college girls, while I'm talking about collecting back used napkin, the girls ran away from me. They thought I became a psycho. Then I convinced, see, you anyway after using the sanitary pad, you're going to throw there in the campus, in the hostel. Instead of that, I'm going to put the bin here, a tin drum. Put on the drum. If 10 girls putting used napkin on the drum, how Muruga will know which napkin used by which girl? What is the problem with you? Then they agreed. See, earlier I supplied the napkin, then I became a trash collector. I am collecting janitor. I collect the first used napkin bin as a treasure. Those days I started using a Muffet TVS 50. Then I took all the used napkin to my home. See the practical test. Why? It is a Da Vinci code. You cannot decode. In between, I am also become I thought myself as a clever man. I bought some company pads. I opened it, take the material, send to the lab, IIT, BITS Bilani, Chitra, everywhere. I'm riding a 4,000 worth of a Muffet, but I paid 20 years ago for every test 5,500, 6,000. I can buy 2 cent land. Now it become 50 lakhs. But after testing, they will send after 15 days, the test report. Inside the material you gave, we found is a cotton filament, cellulose substance. But I am trying all cotton, I'm not getting result. That's why it makes me to collect back the used napkin from the girls. I
Right.
spread all the used napkin on the back of my home. I closed my nose with a handkerchief. Now everybody is closing the nose. See, after 20 years. So the foul smell of used napkin of 20 girls, you just imagine. With the whole night, the smell will go off. Next day, Sunday, 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm very seriously researching what happened to my napkin and company napkin. I never realized my mother is coming back. She thought son is cleaning chicken for Sunday. But the moment come, saw the substance, nothing she told. She told like that, somebody did on my son, he became totally mad. She left everything on from home, taking all belongings. Before that, my wife also left because while I'm using the medical college, she suspect I'm having a illicit relationship or something roaming with the girls. She left. My mother is with me. I have no problem with the food. Now mother also left. The moment mother left, the whole village they come out a story. A bad spirit entering into my body. That's what I'm becoming Dracula in the evening, drinking girl's blood, vampire. That's what the village, Kaf Punjab, they want to take out the bad spirit from my body by hanging me upside down in a holy tree. One of my friend told Muruga, this is the Kaf Punjab, they decided tomorrow Friday maybe they will do this. That's what I ran away from my home. By midnight, I stayed in my nearby city in a mansion. So within this 2.5 year time, I found the secret of the raw material. So the cotton I tried is from seed plant and cotton. With that cotton, you can make yarn and cloth. You cannot use in sanitary pad because the ordinary cotton properties it will absorb liquid with little hesitation. Even after absorbance, if the women close their legs or if you make small press, the absorbed liquid will leak out. This simple reason my napkin is fully not accepted by girl or woman. The same time, what the multinational companies are using inside the pad is cotton, not from the plant. It is derived from the bark of a tree, especially from pine tree. Even knowing that to process the material, you need a multi-million-dollar machine. I never give up. I never bother. In between, I worked in a professor home. I clean floor, clean toilet, everything. For what? To send mails with some companies. To something I want to know what is it, how to send mails, something draft a letter. You often ask what is you're trying for this. Something you're trying new. You're trying to do something creative. Some upliftment of anything from the day when people try to drag you to down because they escaping from the well like a frog. So everybody, I don't know what is the problem. Other people, they will continuously discourage. They want a piece of you. They brought down. Even the professor also every day he will discourage me. Why you are
So,
wasting
what
your
was
time?
your process, sir, in terms of how did you manage to insulate yourself from all this negativity and just stay on your track? Like, can you help us understand how you spoke to yourself and how you mentally conditioned yourself to face this?
Especially people look for the answer, like spiritual, stay calm and be inside. Not, oh, I don't know how going to inside. So again, I said technically because I love science and mathematics. No one can bluff.
Yeah.
If you see back, you can see with the peacock, Muruga is there. The left there is God is there. So because my wife, I won't interrupt. Fine. But I believe I teach my daughter, please daughter, you see from your engage, believe in science and maths. No one can bluff
Yeah.
you because two
Right.
plus two in India it is 4. US it is 4. In California everywhere no one can. But the other thing they will with this. I am saying go inside. So there is a chance, manipulation of many things. I don't want to
Right.
say it is wrong. Nothing is there. Something, a growing personality. What I'm saying, it is okay. If plus 50, plus 60, you die. But don't make this in 25 years or 20 years, something you're trying to innovate or something where you have to
Sure.
depend with technical, engineering, maths. That's what something I'm trying on my engineering and technical. That's what no one able to discourage me because even I failed for 999 times. There is a hope. Tomorrow I will change the angle of the blade 1 degree again angle. It may work well. If I change the
Right.
material from EN36 to HCHC, it may work. I can go to the different pitch of the thread. So this way, no one can manipulate. And very importantly, every body or person having both encouragement and discouragement, buttons to activate. But unlikely, the majority of the personality, they will like discouragement to become sorrow. The moment they become sorrow, they will keep on sorrow for week. They will enjoy it.
Yeah.
They will party even to celebrate their sorrow. They will celebrate party too. But here, I am also having discouragement and encouragement button. If somebody coming and discourage me, even I am discouraging my own, I discourage like this, like a sneeze. Distance gone.
Wonderful. Wonderful, sir. So we have 15 minutes to go, and I also want to make sure that a lot of people who are on this call get the opportunity to ask you questions as well. So I'm going to ask you one last question before we go into the audience questions. So my last question for you, sir, is a lot of social entrepreneurs are very passionate about their idea and they don't want to commercialize it, right? But at the same time, you also want to make sure that whatever your idea is, whatever business, social venture you have built, should also be self-sufficient. It should generate enough funds for you to sustain it and to innovate also. So how do you strike that balance without selling your company to an HUL or a PNG? How do you make sure and how do you balance the fact that you continue to innovate, you continue to stay to your purpose, but you also make it self-sustaining?
So actually, there are two types of talking on webinar or meeting. For my namesake, this word like that, a few word answer. But I try to give an elaborate answer. Shall I do that?
Sure,
It
sir.
will
Please.
take time. So now you ask how you manage, these things. You again pinpoint the question again. The question.
So basically, taking your social venture and staying true to the purpose.
Okay, fine. Okay, so social entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
We are the very first company across the globe to mark as a social entrepreneurship, because this is the toughest subject to handle on DIA or even in institute everywhere, because many people, they are confused with philanthropy and social entrepreneurship. Luckily, even while you are asking the question, you talked about self-sufficiency and social entrepreneurs. You are the first person you talked about. Rest are all, they will talk about only social entrepreneurs. Everyone they are talking, I'm a Mother Teresa, a male Mother Teresa, like that. Then I said, see, I met Bill Gates in Seattle. Even after meeting Bill Gates, I never took a single dollar as a donation. Then doing something, changing the world, taking money from other pocket, is very easy. Anyone can do it. Here I am running a company called Jayasri Industries. It is not by any venture capitalist or nothing. It is my own money or our money, but it is a zero debt company. It is running on 20th year. This word, surviving on your own, sustaining it, and trying to do some social change, that too measurable. It's not claimed by us. Anyone can, you can measure, you can scale it also. Now I am thinking to make as a corporate, in a different kind of corporate, first time in the world. So this one, the social entrepreneurship is very, very tough, because nowadays, in the pandemic area or before pandemic, even people are, now the term called, latest startup. Everybody, entrepreneur, those who are seeking for hundreds of years, startup is happening. Only the the name change game will happen. Startup, all the finances become venture capitalists. Who are my friends? They are giving for highest interest. They have changed the visiting card, financier into venture capitalist, angel capitalist. I said, oh my God, you beware, the earlier is financier. Now you only change visiting card, maybe you ask the interest. So this way, it's a change of word. Even people, those who are looking for cutthroat entrepreneurship, only they are doing it for profit. They are unable to survive more than a decade, not even 5 years. Before 10 years, they are going away from core. What the fund they got for core idea, they are shifting from idea from the core idea. They are entering into other domain. They are buying the other company. I'm seeing everything. What is happening? I laugh, I think. So why the people have funded you? What you are doing now? Why you are buying the horse? You are buying the pig. You are buying the cat. Everything available in the world. Not for that to make the idea into big and big. Here, without a big limited or private company, I made the cost what I focus to solve the problem. The cost into bigger and bigger. I am become smaller and smaller, because I am 100% aware I should not big. If I big, I become a Melinda Gates Foundation. I want to make this cost. Now everyone on the Google, they will know there is problem on managing menstrual hygiene practice in India. This is the guy he addressed. This is the way he's addressing. So this is the way. I'm not preaching how to manage that menstrual hygiene practice, or The moment the younger generation or your mind, it is like refreshing your mind away from your computer and or memory, these data bank, everything. Something he tried on menstrual hygiene domain, what he applied, so you can apply what you are thinking, the new idea. Maybe it become a hunch. So it's not like it's like a ball. I'm throwing on that wall, it'll bounce back, it hit here, hit there. So this is called mind. It's not like straightforward. That's what I love. You saw your roadmap. What is not a Google map, no? There is vast difference between a Google map and roadmap. Even I'm talking on Google map. I thought many younger generation, the moment they start that entrepreneurship, they are trying for a Google map, they're searching for success and the shortest route. You cannot find a Google map for entrepreneurship success. The map don't show. Many places I talk. Google map, they will show the shortest route. They won't show shortest route for success. So this is what social entrepreneurship, you should conceive it. There should be a meaning. First of all, you should seek, instead of opportunity, you should interest on looking for a problem. If you are a guy, you are interested to look problem instead of looking an opportunity, you are very well matched for doing social entrepreneurship. You are a guy or you are a team looking for an opportunity, don't enter into social entrepreneurship. We are looking for a problem. Those who are looking for a problem, they are finding out a solution on engineering or chemical or coding, everything. Any way you are giving a solution to the problem exists for centuries. You are built around an idea and a company around it. Very well, you can call as entrepreneur. This is the fundamental I'm giving, even in Harvard.
Perfect. So thank you very much. We're just beginning to have some questions on the chat as well. So I would encourage more people to also post their questions. The first question that we have, sir, for you is, where do you want to take your social entrepreneurship journey next? What is the way forward for you?
I begged with NASA and ISRO, if there is Mars, I may do it in Mars too. Mars planet, I'm saying. So I'm joking, but we around across India and 27 other countries, we
Sure.
put the like an open source code.
Mm.
I put that engineering innovation, the drawing thing, everything on a open software, like on a public domain. Anyone can access. So inspired people are calling me. I put whole idea like open, but there are a lot of copycats. They don't want to copy as it is what I put on the public domain. Instead of blue paint, what I put on the public domain, they make it in green. If it is sharp edges on the edge, they make it into curve. Then they will claim myself there, I'm the innovator. I don't know. Then later, slowly, Muruga is our inspiration. We are really, so this will happen. Even something you are trying to do good for society, these are all for you also. It will change slowly. If you are there in the domain successfully for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you can enjoy the changes. From the day one, who are they told this is the guy never stand for even an year. What is going to the small equipment? How is going to compete with American and Europe companies? Many times you are unable to debate with your seniors, CEOs, wife, mother, father-in-law, mother-in-law. So the practical success about your idea, the world will shut its mouth. That's what I did. Slowly, I'm shutting their mouth, because showing it is like. So you're in the kitchen. What you're doing? Oh my God, you're doing like this. Survey. The moment the first take put in mouth. Oh my God, do it. Cook well. That's what.
Okay. Perfect, sir. While we have some more questions coming up on the group as well, I want to ask you that you have seen in the course of your entrepreneurial journey, you've seen and met a lot of CEOs, you've seen a lot of companies, what they're doing. So what do you think is the opportunity for tech companies like, let's say, Google, Facebook, Amazon, Apple? What can we do more to support solving some of the big problems of India? There are lots of people who are at Google who are working every day to solve for some of the big challenges. But what do you think is where we could make a big contribution? And which are the sectors where you feel that more innovation is required today?
So even you can talk with Pichai sir what I'm talking. So you are Google as I saw even many people seeing Google in a different way. The connectivity, search engine. But I am seeing Google in a different way. You are the only company you can completely make Ulta the world into different. So many areas what I'm talking, maybe you will get shocked. So that potential, I found Google where you can stand. Especially, now what happened in the world, because nobody ever thought what is happening today in the world. Traveling held up, hospitals held up, everything held up. How you are going to run? So this is what I'm having from the day one. I never centralize anything from the day one. I decentralize. That's what we never affect on the pandemic. You note the point. So in normal days, you're thriving, you're achieved this, that. There is a problem, there is a war, there is a natural calamity. In spite you're overcoming and you are sustaining, you are building around, you are growing, where you can see your strength and your knowledge. So by that, so the Google can transform the world, or the Google can help the speed of the transforming the world, people like us. So now my problem is I need to present physically in the deep packet area of the village. But now you can't. So because I cannot make my staff also taking risk or my volunteer to travel that area across so many states. That's what whenever people are asking about the digital screen, few people they will talk, oh my God, people are now stick with screens, you cannot grow an onion on screen, you cannot cultivate paddy, you cannot grow a coat. I laugh, my God. It's not talking anti-greed. I am calling this as a digital trumpet for me from the day one, digital trumpet. Earlier, to send message, there is a trumpet technology. For every half kilometer, there is a trumpet on the wall with a man. On the tree, they will trumpet. Another man here, they will trumpet. The message will reach to the deep packet of the jungle of Amazon. So like that, now today, I want to communicate something to the deep packet of Jammu in Baramulla or in Northeast in Arunachal Pradesh. I no need to travel myself or my volunteer or my team. I can communicate what I'm thinking to the nearest point of the Jammu or Arunachal Pradesh to the electronic media. From there, it can go physical. Now, what I'm asking from Google, even that end part also, we can cut it by connecting them also with your balloon or something. So I can train virtually. I can communicate virtually to make the transform. I'm not talking about mensualizing. We can do anything. If there is a affordable gadgets, redundancy, I don't know, I'm sorry to use your word, redundancy, affordable and a beautiful connectivity. So if possible, you provide, even for example, you provide for under village, I will give, Google did this, I will give 100% credit to you. Because it is impossible to travel and meet that 50 or 30 women. We have to take risk of our life. We spend lakhs of rupees. By that, only through the nearest volunteer, just send the gadget and leave it, then we will connect virtually. So this is what idea. So you will understand what I'm talking. So I'm talking about menstruation. Lot we can do. So we can create, sustainable food. We can train everything. So it's not for recreation. So the same I can show this is a fun type. So this way you can type. So this is what I'm looking for, educating, remote education in a deep, the area which I'm talking, nobody ever saw that. It's not end up as a suburb. You can think Amazon, the same. India is not built by 20 or 100 cities. India is built by 600,000 villages. I am asking help, like, that ultra modern companies Google to enter into the deep packet India, deep packet Kenya. And I'm not sticking with India. Even the big company can help in Kenya, in Uganda, in Nairobi, anywhere. Because we tried to empower Jarvas in Nicobar Island, cannibals with nude bodies, still they are living. I took the machine, I reached there in Nicobar Island on a particular day. Supreme Court of India is giving a judgment. No one can interrupt Jarva life. No one can cross the line. They put a line. Then I set up the machine in Andaman. Even today, Google is helping. We can train world first cannibals can train on menstrual hygiene through Google in this way.
Perfect, sir. I think we have just 3 minutes to go, so I'll just put my last question to you, which one of our audience members has shared, which is that besides menstrual health, where you've made a lot of strides, is there any other problem statement that you're thinking about? Any other big challenge that you have seen which you would like to dedicate your personal energy to as well.
And this is what I'm saying. Even my lifetime will not be sufficient to address this problem, because many person, they are become proficient in one area, then the world look as a master of all subjects. Because many times, even in abroad, they will talk about what do you think about the next 10 months in the stock market of India. Then I laugh, I'm not a financial guy, I'm not a fund manager. I'll openly admit, I'll simply cut out. But many people, they try to answer. I think now it is 29,398 point. The volatility is maybe, I know a little bit. With that, I cannot make, like I cannot claim a proficiency. I will say, I don't know. Even I know subject 99.9. 1% less, I'll say I don't know. This is the simplest secret of Muruga, growing every minute, every time. I say humbly, I don't know that way. So that's what even to, because there are 200 countries. Now I'm getting teams from Germany, America, even there is a lack of menstrual hygiene, even in Berlin, in Tokyo. That ambassador of India is coming and meeting me in a smaller shop in Coimbatore. They're inviting me like that. So this is, it's huge. So like that, there are only I'm thinking finishing. Congestion, please don't try to use your education to make your life as a cakewalk. Don't look for a problem and address the problem and be a solution provider with your knowledge, with your so be a solution provider, not try to become a simple survivor. So education not to survive, to achieve, to transform the world. Every good employee, there is an ability to change the world. That's what I agree to speak in Google. Try to be a change maker. Every Google employee become a change maker. Then don't think about Google, think about the world. That's what.
Thank you, sir. Very inspirational words and heartfelt thank you from all of us at Google for sharing your experience or expertise today. And I think for me personally, what you said towards the end about focusing on one problem, there's just no need to be 100 things. But if you can choose to become an expert in one thing, then that is also can be life transforming. Thank you very much for being with us here today. And a huge thank also to the Talks at Google Bangalore team, Suyash Gupta and Dipti Dayal, who helped make this talk happen. So thank you very much for inviting Mr. Muruganantham to speak to us. And I hope you got a lot from the session. I certainly did. So once again, thank you, sir. And all the very best from us in terms of everything that you do.
Thank you.
Thank you. And have a good afternoon.